Jen Smith is our guest here on the program. Jen, good morning to you.
Good morning.
You
Thank you for having me.
A guest with you as well, J.C. Henson.
I did. J.C. Henson, he is with Oakwood Barbecue, and I'm excited that he joined me today.
Having me.
I can smell it already,
I hear it. I carry it with me. The aroma.
They should make a cologne.
We've talked about
barbecue.
We've talked about it. You could turn tallow into an aroma pretty quick.
Don't you think you could? I mean, they can make anything. They can make jelly beans taste like any horrible smell that you want. Why could you not make a nice?
Why not brisket?
Aroma like that? And I have the same suggestions for candles. My wife's a big candle person, and to me, the best candle I could burn in my house would be like one that smells like spaghetti sauce. So like the best Sunday in the world is, to get the pot of sauce on early, and it's just there cooking all day long. Well, 6-7 hours on the slow simmer. Get me a candle that smells like that.
Then you would argue about which candle smells the best, because you're always arguing about who has the best sauce. So, and who has this? That's not an original candle scent.
That's my grandmother's.
It's too commercialized.
Well, I'm going to guess, though, that the brisket
the candle my mom makes
should not be worn. Brisket cologne should not be worn while you're camping.
Bears.
Yeah,
that's your fear right there.
Could be trouble.
Yeah, JC, tell us about the place, man.
So we actually purchased a piece of property back in the beginning of the pandemic. It's on 11 Shooting Star Lane out in Beddington, and we spent a while getting it up and running. And last year was our first year of operation in the brick and mortar operation, and it's been off and running ever since. This year we actually added Saturdays to the lineup, so it's every other weekend. But if you get on our website or our Facebook, all of our dates are listed through the end of the year. And when we operate, it's 12 o'clock until sold out. Saturdays are smash burgers and fried chicken sandwiches, and Sundays are our full barbecue options.
Dude, you're making me so hungry.
Stop on out, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and JC, Oakwood Barbecue was the grand prize winner of our Build Up Berkeley program last year. So he is going to be, I'm excited to announce that we are bringing it back this year. So all the entrepreneurs, it does open tomorrow on the 12th, but JC is willing to be one of the judges this year. So I'm excited to start that program.
Let's talk about Build Up Berkeley here.
Yeah, absolutely. So Build Up Berkeley, like I said, starts tomorrow. And this is an opportunity for all entrepreneurs. They do have to be located in Berkeley County. That is a requirement, but they will submit a pitch. So we do have some details on what that pitch should involve. And a panel of judges will then review those pitches to be entered into the contest. Once entrepreneurs are entered into that contest, they will go through a series of educational sessions. And we have some very good educational sessions, anywhere from legal to finance, credit, marketing, you name it. And during those sessions, Blue Ridge we're partnering with Blue Ridge CTC. They're also giving college credit once the courses are completed. So I have to give a huge shout out to them as well. And then after they complete their courses, while they're completing their courses, they're also putting together a business plan. The business plan is required as a part of the competition as well, which will also be part of the grading. And at the very end, on November the 1st, we will be having a pitch night at the Apollo. It was last year at the Apollo as well. We had a very good turnout. So November the 1st, pitch night, that's when the winners will be announced. So we have grand prize winner will win $10,000, as well as a marketing package and a 1-year membership to the chamber. Second prize is $5,000, and third prize is $2,500. And then we also have a People's Pick. And last year, I will say, J.C. Henson and his group also won the People's Pick as well. And
Double header, man.
Yeah, so the People's Pick is $1,000.
Are there any restrictions on what you use the money for?
It has to be used towards your business, and I believe J.C. Henson can tell us what he did with his prize-winning money. You do have, like I said, a certain time period to use those funds, and I do want to also thank C&B Bank. They were the platinum sponsor, so they are the ones giving the $10,000 directly to the winner.
Sweet.
Yeah, we used ours. Thankfully, when we wanted to do some renovations to the building for some outdoor features for the customers. So we put a nice, raised the pitch of the roof, brought it out. It's probably about a 15 by 20 area for some outdoor seating that's undercover with fans. It's gone a long way for not only the customers, but for us, because these hot days here recently have been brutal.
You got to have some shade.
Yeah, got to have some shade. So it definitely helped us out exponentially for some other things as well. But yeah, it was definitely worth the whole process.
Yeah, and I'm so hungry right now just because of what you talked about earlier. Right?
Instead of the pens, we should have brought brisket. Right?
Yeah. Okay, if that's ever a choice again, just so you know.
I'll see what I can do. I'll see what I can do.
That'd have been all right. Mr. Harvey.
Yeah. So, JC, what style of barbecue would you describe yours as?
So we kind of hit on a little bit of everything. Our brisket is definitely Texas style brisket, but then our pulled pork and our pulled chicken. So we do all our house-made sauces. Everything is in-house. We don't store buy anything. So we have a Texas style, Kansas City style, Carolina style, and then a white barbecue sauce. So you can kind of jazz it up however way you want. But like I said, our brisket standalone is Texas through and through.
Sides? Do you specialize in any particular thing?
So we do a wasabi coleslaw, just because coleslaw, I mean, it's everybody's grandmother has the best coleslaw recipe. So we're like, what can we do to make ours a little bit different? So we do a wasabi slaw. It's great with a little bit, with everything, but we do with our pulled pork sandwich as well. We do mac and cheese, which is, it's a crowd pleaser for sure. We do beans, collards. So, and then of course for catering, we take special requests.
Yeah. Matt, real quick, you were the People's Choice winner last year. Why? Why do you think you were appealing?
So we were blessed to have already been in operation when we entered into the competition. Mm-hmm. So we already had a following. And all three of us, we're local boys. We grew up in this area, so we have some friends that love to support us. So that definitely went a long way.
I bet you have a lot more friends now that you have a place to eat.
Bingo! It's like when you own a pickup truck. Everybody else, they ask you to help move. Well,
yes.
When you have a smoker, they know where to find food.
Oh yeah.
So I'm going to ask you about the secret sauce, not to what you're serving in the restaurant,
mm-hmm.
but for your winning pitch. What do you think put you over the top?
Once again, it helped us that we were already in operation. I'm a pretty personable guy. They chose me to front this thing for the competition, and I'm not afraid to talk to anybody.
And I will say he also had brisket.
That was kind of the
so I think the smell and the aroma
Yeah.
in the Apollo was definitely a plus.
It carries for sure.
So how many people pitched last year? I don't know
There
if
were
you mentioned
10.
that. 10?
Yes, so there were 10 individuals or entrepreneurs in the competition. There will be 10 this year as well.
So you've got a 40% chance of leaving with some money,
Correct.
right? Top 3 finishers plus People's Choice. Mr. Gilstrap.
The hours again for the barbecue.
So it's like I said, it's every other weekend, but we start at 12 and then it's until we sell out.
And just the weekend, Saturday, Sunday?
Yeah, so all three of us unfortunately still have full-time jobs. We haven't quite hit the lottery yet or found that angel investor, but if they're out there, we're looking. But
You may be staring at him right now.
Hey, there you go.
That's close to your house, John.
Sort of. Is that the place that's kind of very near the fire department in
Yes.
Bennington? Okay.
Yes.
Yes. I've been there while you're closed. So now I know. Is there indoor seating at all?
There is no indoor
So
seating.
it's seasonal then, right?
It's yes and no. We usually take this past year, not usually, it's only been 1 year, but we took January and February off last year just so we can kind of regain our sanity a little bit. Just working full-time job and doing the barbecue was pretty tough. But we made it work. So we took January and February off and then went right back at it in March. So it's somewhat seasonal, but the thing is we get the line moving pretty fast. So if you got to, going back to the house, or if you have some friends coming over and you wanted to get some bulk meat or something like that, that's no problem. And you can also pre-order as well and pick up between 11 and 12 so you can get it in 3-pound increments. So if you got a party, we got your back.
Jen Smith, JC Henson, our guests here on the program. Jen, in regards to Build Up Berkeley, How many years you folks been doing this? Was last year the first?
Last year was the first, and this is our second year.
Yeah, what gave
and
you
I do want to mention, I see on the screen that it says Parks and Rec Board Chair. So I am the president of the board. However, in this capacity, it's for the Berkeley County Development Authority, and I'm the executive director there. But the whole reason why we wanted to start it off, we do have a lot of programs for businesses. Most of those programs are through the state, and they are for large manufacturers.
Right.
And we felt, West Virginia is made up of small businesses. So how can we help and assist the entrepreneur? And, entrepreneurs, what is the main thing that they need? They need cash. It's very difficult for entrepreneurs starting out to get that, cash that they need. So this is an opportunity.
And guidance.
That's a great point.
A lot of guidance.
There's a lot of people complain about the fact that it's the large businesses that get money to come into the state, but what about the small businesses? They're expected to make it on their own, and these are the most cash-strapped people that are among the businesses. The large corporations have tons of money.
So what other kinds of businesses last year, maybe this year, have pitched other than restaurants?
So last year, I believe JC was the only restaurant that
restaurant. Well, Shuggy Max.
Yeah, Shuggy Max. So yes, and Shuggy Max also opened her brick and mortar in Hedgesville, and she makes the macaroons that are amazing. And she had a great presentation. She also does some.
Killing me, Jack.
She does some cold food as well.
Now her macarons are top drawer.
Yes. Yeah. So definitely have to give her a shout out. We did have Tyler Cobb, who was the third prize winner. He's with
Cloud9 Events.
Cloud9 Events. Thank you. And speaking of Tyler, he's also one of our mentors for this year's program as well. And Cloud9 Events, if you're not familiar with them, so for his pitch, there was an opportunity. He's working with the Shenandoah Hotel, and there's a program where, as they're trying to rent out that space, where you can see what you would like to. How your event would be placed in the room, tables and all. And so there was a program that he was pitching for that. We did have Sand Solutions. That was the second prize winner. And, he was converting glass back into sand. And so we also had...
That's neat.
So it ranged from many different things. There was a school as well. So I think anyone that is an entrepreneur and, any idea, even if you're starting or you've been in business for a couple of years and, want to get your foot on the ground, and this is a great opportunity for you to get those funds that you need.
I would say just going through the process would force you to think about your business in ways that you
100%.
Probably hadn't.
100%.
So everybody wins, essentially.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we have been in business for about 3-4 years before the competition, and there are definitely things that we didn't really think about until the competition. It made us put pen to paper.
So this final pitch, the competition, as it were, in November, who is the imagined audience for the pitch?
So it's open to the public, so anyone is welcome to attend.
But I guess, what are they pitching? What's the goal of the pitch?
Oh, so you're pitching your business, and we have a panel of judges that will be reviewing. But like I said beforehand, their business plan does have to be filled out and turned in. That is also graded and a part of the final score. You're graded on your marketability. There's a lot of different factors in there that you're graded on. And part of the pitch, you also have to say, what are you going to do with this money? That is a huge part of it as well. But it's entirely up to the judges, and the judges are Mary Beth Blair, Sharmika Brooks, Diego Lasada, J.C. Henson, and Michael Walton. So I
I know 4 of those.
I have to give a huge thank you to all of them for participating as well. But, think about what does Berkeley County need, and what would be best in Berkeley County is also important, and something that the judges should be taking into consideration when judging.
You had 10 last year, you have 10 this year. Is that intentional?
It is intentional. So our hope is to have 10 this year. Like I said, it opens tomorrow and then closes on the 9th of August. So it'll be open for about a month. And we did have about 30 enter into the program last year. And the reason we only picked 10 is because our class sizes are small on purpose. And also during the pitch night, obviously you can't spend your entire night there. So they have...
How long is the pitch confined to?
It was about 2 hours last year, and that was with the 10 pitches. And they do get 3 minutes to pitch and 5 minutes for questions. And the judges are asking them any question that comes to mind.
What were some of the businesses you can remember who pitched last year in terms of the ideas? You don't have to name the companies or whatever, but if you remember the different product categories, so to speak.
Yeah, like I mentioned, the sand solutions was one. Shuggy Max was another. Obviously, J.C. Henson and the Oakwood Barbecue. There was a tea lady that served tea. There was also a individual who wanted to do like space where you can come do like photo ops and have parties and things of that sort.
Auto detailing.
Yes, there was an auto detailing group. It was Next Level Detailing. And I will say, I believe he is going to be participating. The detail individual will be participating in this go-around as well. So he had a great plan. So anyone is welcome to attend.
Very good. Is there a business idea in the Eastern Panhandle? And John, you moved here a year and a half ago or so. Is there something missing here that should be here that isn't? You can think of, other than a Nordstrom, so your wife doesn't have to drive to Tyson's Corner.
We need more. It comes down to like medical stuff. That's hard to come by. You wait for a long time to go from one appointment to the other. But I don't think so. I think more. I would like to see more independent restaurants as opposed to the chain restaurants.
So that would be
that
would be what I would say. There needs to be more of that sort of independent
like
entrepreneur restaurant.
Really good steakhouse. Something like in a place you want to go to. And
there was one downtown.
Well, yeah. It looks good on the outside.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen it. But I think that's probably the big thing that we're missing here. Are good
more restaurant type things. Do you have many applicants? Or it's not open yet, but
so we don't have any applicants yet. So it opens tomorrow at 8 a.m. So hopefully, yes, we'll get some more restaurants.
Right. How difficult is it running a food establishment on a part-time basis, JC?
It has its challenges, but we're all really dedicated to the business. I mean, our buddy just had his second child, and he still makes time for the business. So there are some small sacrifices, but we also, being it's a team, we allowed him to have this past weekend off when we were open, so he can spend time with his family. So being that there's three of us, it definitely helps.
Also, you're being talked about on Facebook. Do you want to address the fact that you look a lot like the guy who works at the rental place on Route 11?
I am related to them. No, that is me. No, I've worked at Tri-County Rental for about 16 years now. So, yeah, it's they've treated me like families. That's why I stuck around so long.
Is that who sells Skags?
We used to. Yeah,
Okay.
We no longer sell them, unfortunately, but we
it's
still
where I
are
bought
the Master Wrench certified steel dealer as well.
Jen, don't go away. After we take our final break here, we'll give you 30 seconds to tell everybody how they can enter this competition coming up this time around. We are back with that final 50 seconds right after this.
Thank you.
Jen, how do you enter in this Build Up Berkeley pitch contest?
Please visit our website at www.developmentauthority.com, and you will need a 30 to 90 second pitch to submit with that application. There's a small jot form that you have to fill out with some information. Fairly easy process. Like I said, we do have some details on what that pitch should be, and I thank you for your time.
You're quite welcome. JC, thanks for coming in.
I appreciate you guys having me.
Mr. Harvey.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Mr. Gilstrap, you're back tomorrow.
I'll be here.
In the Mike Carl chair. Dave Ramsey show is next. This is Talk Radio, WRNR Martinsburg and TV 10, and we'll talk to you again in 22. Short after.